So what do you do when you've got a 38-year-old imported V8 Saloon, everything's wrong, it's been played with the wrong way, and you've got to reinvent everything? Keep watching. This one's a cracker. What kind of car are we? Well, we're a very, very loud one, but look, there's a little bit of a clue. If it focuses on it. Ooh, is that a whole heap of Japanese writing? It is a Toyota, but not a Toyota that you would normally see. Running extremely poorly due to a blocked up catalytic converter. And I'll give you a quick listen, but not for long. And I'm not going to do it from behind the car because I don't want to run it long. Maybe a quick poke underneath. Okay, for the sake of saving the engine, there it is. Very nice interior. But hey, exactly what are we? Let's have a look. You'll know the engine. It's a Toyota Celsior. Again, one of the vehicles that were not sold directly into Australia. You change the badge, you call it an Lexus LS400. And there's the telltale. 1UZFE 4 litre V8 fuel injected engine. Yep, we've got the life support on it. 32 valve engine. Gee, I'd hate to be doing work inside of this and have something go wrong. Air ride suspension. Now we'll look under. It's getting pretty much everything. Well, this could be a bit of a scary thing. Bear in mind, it's a vehicle in the process of being made the way it should be. We're going to be doing a nice system, but I need to show you how it is now. So let's have a quick look. Up at the front of the engine we have two catalytic converters, one each side. Behind them, unexpectedly to me, we have some very unusual looking oxygen sensor ports, and this one's had a little surgery. All I can do is try to reattach them. I'll contact the customer and see what he wants done. I cannot unplug them, it's been all hardwired, so this will not be fun. The pipework has had issues here in the past. It collected back into a large resonator which has bottomed out, and then somebody has put a 3-inch split back into a twin 2.5 inch with no rear mufflers but larger pipe on the very tail. We're going to be calming that down a little bit and giving it some very nice clearance and fitment everywhere where we want it to be, and making sure it's all mounted up nicely. Alright, I might just contact the customer. He's told me how he'd like it. I understand how he'd like it. Yeah, I think we need to have a little bit of a chat about design and see how we go from there. Alright, keep watching. This will be an interesting build. Well, there's the right-hand catalytic converter with the pipework cut off it, and if you look up in there you may just see how it's kind of destroyed. The oxygen sensor on the driver's side, which sort of like that, the only way it can be reused is to literally cut the pipework out from around it and re-weld it. They're a bolt-on to a very thin plate with a specific gasket that I can't get, and the base of the actual oxygen sensor, the top part you see there, is all rotted away. If I undo it, it's a nightmare. And I would have to try to deal with bolts that are already no longer size because of corrosion over that many years. What I don't like to see is that sort of thing on a stud. If somebody's had a go at it, rounded it off, that stud will be stainless. Yay! Anyway, I'll just have to see how I go. The life and times of trying to do something nice. Anyway, I'm back at it. Well, an hour after beginning the work, the right hand side is stripped off. We had to literally destroy nuts to try to get them off, like that. Crimp nuts somebody had rounded, bound on the stud, and it wasn't just one. And they're not all the healthiest things in the world. But on the passenger side, or left hand side in Australia, I wonder what the problem is with this catalytic converter. Surely it's got a bit of flow, or not. Okay, continuing on. So here we have the right hand catalytic converter tacked up in place after the plate was repaired, threads all chased up, and a new one up over the top there, a bit hard to see, but it's up there. Got this one up in place, ready to have things come back. The oxygen sensor ports here won't be getting used, and this one's just sort of sitting here, not in the right spot. You just got to rotate it, put it there and tack it. Then it can be brought back and the next pipe will come in. So keep watching, you will see that happen. It's a little challenging. Quite the jigsaw for the next section. Over there being cut on the bandsaw right now. Well, the wee little beastie is indeed taking shape. Everything held up with stands, tacked together, not fully welded. There is some substantial welding that's happened, but nothing definitive to be completed yet. Okay, this is going to be having a bit of a sleepover and will be completed in the AMs. I won't post this now because that's just too much of a tease. I'll show you the completed work. So while you're pondering what happened overnight, I can tell you I wasn't in the workshop. Alarms on, all that sort of stuff, but no, I wasn't here. So here we go. What will it sound like upon completion? I reckon it's going to sound like a V8 because it is. Okay. Well, here we are the next day. It's all been welded together. I don't have mounts up in place in the middle yet, but that'll happen. I got rid of those horrible little taggy things. And as you can see, everything's nice, high, even. And now we just need to put some mounts in the middle and make the two mufflers come out the back. Well, here we are, all now totally completed, all the way back. Symmetrical, all mounted up on the sides in the original mounting places, as opposed to those little daggy things that were screwed up there. And we come back into the mufflers, which are also mounted up on unusual mounts that were there. Originally they had a large barrel here with two figure-8 rubbers, but with the big heavier mount there up to the bump stop, that works amply fine. No problem there at all. When it comes to being even, we are nice and even. So, would you like to hear it? Okay, hang on, I'll drop it down, give you a bit of a listen. Right, here's your sound test. Definite misfire, but now it hasn't got a blocked up catalytic converter, it can be tuned and do whatever needs to be doing. When I had a look up inside the manifolds, the driver's side manifold was as black as the ace of spades, and the left hand one was all chalky white, so there's definitely a fueling problem or misfiring problem there somewhere. Oh, bit of an interesting job. Took longer than anticipated because somebody had been at it before, mounding things and stripping things. But I suppose that's what I'm here for. So, you like these fabrication videos? Hit me up in comments, or simply give it a like. If you're watching and not following or subscribing, please do so. It helps me. I might get 2 cents per video watch, who knows, that'd be great, and then maybe I can buy better equipment. Alright, check you later.